much for having me. I'm so happy for having you here today. Yeah, let's kind of shake and think that, oh, okay, I'm very confident. No, I'm not. But, well, who I am and why I'm here. You know, I'm going to talk about cloud foundations. So, who I am, who is this lady, what she's talking there about cloud foundations. So, a quick introduce to who does not know me. I'm from Brazil. I moved to New Zealand 9 years ago with no English. After learning English, I decided that I wanted to be a developer. I had this brilliant idea, and then I did the Dev Academy, and as you can see, I survived. So I'm here, I'm working as a developer, and then 10 months ago, I moved to a company that works with AWS, and I had no idea what is this. And then I need to write lambdas and call services, and I had no idea what I was doing. Then I did this bootcamp to start to understand what is cloud, and I fell in love and say, oh my gosh, how I spent 45 years of my life not knowing that. So this is the reason why I'm here, to share with you how important it's that. And then don't do that mistake. If you know any teenager, your kids, your friends, or everyone, and then introduce them to the cloud, because this is the future. But I'm talking, okay, she's in love. In love with cloud. What is cloud? So to start that, let's start with the quiz. I would love to know what is cloud. So let's guess what we're going to talk about today. So what do you think is cloud? What do you see the whole day, almost 365 days of the year, we look up to the sky in Auckland? Yeah? B, aerosol consists in visible a mass of tiny droplets, liquid droplets, frozen crystals, and particles suspended in the atmosphere. Or maybe it's all the things that you can ask remotely over the internet. A, B, or C? C? A? Okay. B. So, it's C. So we are talking about all the things that you can access remotely over the internet. But then it does not explain too much. So let's go for it. So okay, imagine you are in your home, working on your laptop, something very important, and then a meteor comes from the sky suddenly and it smashes your laptop, and then okay, meteor. A little rock. Then you survive. You survive. It's just a laptop that has been destroyed. And you don't have a laptop anymore. How many of you can I say that? How many of you can think, it's okay. It was an expensive laptop, but I have all my things saved on the cloud. I have everything saved, and then I can just go back up. How many of you can do it? Raise your hands. All your things saved in my
You could work on a hard drive for the all good.
Smartphone safety is more important.
So this is the cloud. It's like you have a hard drive that you can access anywhere when you are connected to the internet, and then perform a backup and recover all the stuff. Like if something happened with your device, like a meteor coming from the sky and is smashing your laptop. So when something is in the cloud, it's stored on the internet inside to store in your computer. So essentially, this is cloud. So cloud actually refers to the servers that store that over the internet, like you store the database, software, so everything is stored in the servers. Come on. So, and what are they? They are where? So they are stored, yes, somewhere, in some place. But it's is spread all over the world. So you don't need to have any physical, or companies also don't have to have any physical structure to store that data or applications, softwares, or whatever. So this is the concept of cloud. Before the cloud, well, as you can have this idea with this amazing image, it's something like that you could imagine before the cloud is started. So what's happening is the companies need to have everything, all the structure to hold the data, to keep the data, to store the data, to run. They need to maintain, they need to take care about the security, they need to care about hardware, software, and hire people to take care about this whole structure. They also need to pay for all of that, all the costs, all the structure, even though they are not using that. So you can imagine a company that in a month, they need, it's January, they need to do lots of the booking, but then in April, there's nothing working. They don't have to do a job. Sorry, you need to pay for that anyway. So it's the way that the things happen. Also, as I said, they need to store everything with themselves. So can you imagine if the meteor decided to scratch your laptop, scratch the company? So they recover data. It was very hard. Like it's almost impossible. If something, a disaster happened, recover the data. When this started? So 1915, the concept of multiple users, it's when it started. They noticed it's possible, multiple users. The storage layer and CPU power and share that. So the concept of share started since 1950. But the things start to really change in 1970 when the concept of virtual machines started. So what is virtual machine? So as we already started to talk about cloud, so it's everything as you can run a system in your computer, but using different systems, like it's a host. They host different operational systems in the same hardware. So then the things start to change. So how it happened? Like each virtual machine, so they behave like they have their own memory, they have their own CPU, but actually they are hosted in a shared resources, sharing resources. This little guy here, it's something that made a change in that time. Like when the conception of the hypervisor, and which is hypervisor? We have the virtual machines here, and then the hypervisor case. And what the hypervisor do? It's a software that creates and runs that. And then it made it possible to manage the virtual machines. So it allows the computer to support multiple guests. And this started in 1973 with two different models, and after that, there is no way back. The cloud started. The cloud came to stay forever. So a quick look about how the boom happened. You can see like it started slowly, and then the concept of hypervisor came, and then boom, 2006 we have another mark. It's when AWS for the first time came with our instance, and this became business. After that, Google, hey, I'm in. So Google came, and in 2010, Microsoft released Azure. Then, if we go anywhere with Google, we will find many definitions about cloud computing. What is cloud computing? You go to Wikipedia, on-demand availability of computer system, resource, data storage, computer power, everything that we talked until now. Then we go to IBM, and then what IBM that says about cloud computing? Okay, on demand, via internet again, computing resources, applications, servers, virtual servers, data storage, development, monthly subscription or use according to the usage. Interesting. AWS, on demand delivery of IT resource, on demand again, on the internet as pay-as-you-go pricing according to the usage. So this is interesting. Instead of buy only maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology such as computer power, storage, databases again from a cloud provider. So we notice that all of them the definition goes to basic points here. Crucial things that make a difference in our lives. On demand. What on demand means? You have internet, you are ready to go. This is what on demand means. What makes difference? Is how you go. You don't need to have a huge structure. You need to use, you pay for it. I don't need to use, I stop. And resources. Resources in the cloud. So a quick point here. Cost on premises. How was in the 50s? How was before cloud? They needed to pay for everything that they needed to use. They needed physical data center. They needed to make sure that it was secure. They needed to have teams to take care about the hardware, the software. And they also are stuck with that, even using or not. So then, 2006, AWS, actually some companies started to think about, okay, let's make this very accessible to people and business that they don't have this structure, they don't have space, they don't have money, or they cannot do it. So this became amazing business, and in 2006 we have EC2, which is essentially, what is EC2? It's a service that lets you run your virtual service in the cloud. Voila! Business didn't need it anymore. Have on premises. They don't need to pay like for servers and have huge buildings and to pay for security because no one wants to have your data stolen with like a sensitive information about clients. They don't need everything changed. Now you go there, you have your instance. You control the configuration. You control the operation system. I want Linux. I want Windows. You can run everything you want. Well, you can. You don't. It does not mean that you should, but you can. You can run internal business applications. You can run web apps. You can run databases there. You can run everything. It's yours. You are paying for that. It's resizable. Okay, I needed to grow my business and I needed to hire another building, put more servers, more things. No, okay, I have an instance. What I need to do? I'm growing the business. Okay. Oh, I don't need this anymore. I don't, and then I give it back to AWS. Okay, I don't need that anymore. You control the network and you control the security. It's private. It's public. Who access what? And finally, you control the data. What you need. What you need as a developer, what you need as a business. What is important for you, it's memory, it's storage. Do you need something for general purpose or do you need something that's computer optimized? So you choose everything. Then we move to another concept that it came with that and became very, very relevant. So you are a developer, you are starting your path in life, you are going to hear that everywhere, serverless. So now you can understand a little bit what is serverless, since we talked about cloud computing, the benefits of the cloud. So serverless that does not mean that we don't have servers. We do have servers. We don't need to physically have them. So servers, they are there, but we get the back end as a service and we pay for what we use. So it's a method that provide the backend service as user basis. There's more things with benefits and things that we can do and we can use in the cloud. For example, as I mentioned, we can run things, we can have an instance, we can have a virtual machine, we can restore data. We don't want to withdraw it from scratch on laptop and we lose everything. So, quiz again, let's talk about store data. And then you fill the file. You imagine you just fill the file. And then where do you think would be the best place to store your valuable information? You don't want this anywhere, do you? So, what do you think? To the same multiverse place where left side sorts, upper release and umbrella go. Yes. It's a place that it's best storage, safe, easy to retrieve. Easy to retrieve? Okay, so B, organized collection of structured information or data is stored electronically in a computer system. Do you think it's best storage? Easy to retrieve this way? Or maybe in a drawer over archive shelf of a secret Justice League warehouse. Where do you think it's going to be easy to retrieve? A? It's easy to retrieve there? B or C? B. And then we start to talk about database, which is another important benefits, one of the big bones, big of cloud computing. And guess what? You have many different options. Depending on what you need, you can store your data as object, file, blocks, or maybe it's bigger than that. You need more complex and more robust structure. Maybe you need a database with all the things, and then you see, oh God, there is lots of options. Let's just choose the first two. For example, database. There is relational database. What is that? So this relational database is when there is a relation between the items in a way for you to recover those items. There is also no relational database, and no relational database, what is that? So your data is organized in item collections, and then you have a key to recover that, and all of that you can do in the cloud. It's there, resizable. So why cloud computing is so important for any tech beginner, for anyone to know about it, because it's here. If your business, if you don't use, you will. If the business is not using it yet, it will. It will be part of your life. It will be part of the future. There is no way back. It's now more than ever. It's vital because of many of the benefits we already mentioned here. The agility, flexibility brings different ways of work. Now everything's fast. You can retrieve fast. You can resize it fast. You don't need to buy physical structure to do anything, to store your data, to run your applications. So resources are available in minutes. And the market responds quickly because everything is easy, it's fast. So there is no way back. No one can stay behind. Flexibility, cost saving, disaster recovery. Your data is everywhere. If the meteor smashes one data center, it's backed up in another one. Global scale, performance, fast, scalability. I can ask for more. I can give it back if I'm not using. Document control, security. So everything in just a click. okay, it's interesting. Now I want to know. I'm interested. So, okay, what I'm going to do? Yeah, there is many different areas related to cloud. Like, and why I'm saying tech beginners, because many people, when they start to learn about cloud, like, I'm not smart people, I'm not a developer, I'm not a programmer, I cannot do it. Yes, you can. There are many different options that you can work with that, not necessarily being like you don't need to be a genius. I'm not a genius, and I'm a developer. Or at least I intend very well. So, for example, AWS CloudUp, it's one of the bootcamp I did. This is why I mentioned that. So, it's a bootcamp for 1 month that introduces to the tech and introduces to this world of cloud computing. And then you started to notice that it's not only programming. There is other things that you can do. And this program, for example, it's self-paced, so you can do it. No technical experience is required, and the program is giving you even a voucher. So beginners, one in tech, so they have the support they need, which is amazing. So there is no like I cannot do it. Well, you can, because it's self-paced. So you do it the time that you can. But there is also many other ways, like I want to learn that, I don't have money, sounds so interesting, I'm so busy. Where I can find options? Okay, so if you want to find options, there is a list, you can scan this code. So this code includes a list of 20 at least. Well, it's a list of different courses, all free, that you can do related to cloud. So then you have knowledge. So I can put back again, or I can put the slides for you after. So yeah, so this one, it's a link for a list of free courses. Everything you can imagine. You can find serverless free courses, cloud solutions architects, database storage. So there is some free course for that. It's easy. So just waiting for feedback. Yay! So yeah, this is what I want to tell you about cloud. Thank you so much. And this is my contact. And if you have any questions,
Any disadvantages about cloud?
well, disadvantages about cloud. To be honest, I did a search and I noticed that, and I couldn't find something. And I'm happy to hear if there is, because it's good. I'm pretty sure, like, the companies encountered many. For example, if you can find advantage of a company. Don't forget your instance running. You are not going to be happy with your credit card bill. So I don't think you're going to like when your credit card bill arrives. So this is advantage. You pay as you go. It's advantage because I stop a user, I don't need to pay anymore. But it can be a disadvantage if you forgot that you're running. So, but beside that, particularly in this search, comparing with I read related to the history, how it was before cloud, there is no doubt it's very powerful. Any other questions? So thank you so much.